Hello, friends. Welcome to our Tuesday lunch chat. I am Sarah Keller. I'm the owner of Not Another Hat here in Hood River, Oregon, and I'm coming to you live from right inside the shop. We have some fun things to talk about today, and I got a whole mess of red yarn to show you. So, shall we get started? First up, before we dive into yarn goodness, I just realized last week that I never gave you an update or a report on our food drive that we did for the local food bank back in November. So if you remember, in the month of November, we were taking donations online, but also taking food and dry goods donations here in the store to take to food. So they sent us a letter, and I just wanted to let you know we donated 52 pounds of food and dry goods. Way to go, way to go. And $1,000 to the Fish Food Bank. So thank you very much, especially all of those of you who sent in money and you don't even live here. I mean, astounding. It was very, very lovely. And it was nice to be able to do something for our local community. I know that people tend to do more of that kind of stuff, I think, around the holidays and in winter, but really it's all year long that they need it. So keep that in mind as you go forward. Thank you, Carol. Carol says she loves my hat. We're going to talk about that in just a second. So reminder, the knit along, our winter knit along starts at the end of this week, but there's still plenty of time to hop on board. So if you're interested in participating, you can sign up on our website. We are featuring designs by Boyland Knitworks, and Caitlin Hunter is the designer's name. So we have actually a new sample that Julia just finished that I want to show you. So here we go. It's also a hat. Look at this gorgeous version of the Alpine Bloom Hat. This is one of the 4 featured patterns that we're covering in the knit along. And if you haven't heard about it yet, you can go read about it now, but you don't have to do one of those 4 designs, but those are the 4 we will be mostly talking about. And the Alpine Bloom Hat is one of them. So let me show you a couple yarn combinations, because we could still get this to you in plenty of time for Saturday's kickoff Zoom event. So Julia knit the sample in Duna, Amano Duna here. This is an alpaca cotton blend that we are loving. And oh, I did bring my glasses. Hold on. Okay, now let me, oh, vision. It's such a cool thing. Where's the color? Oh, okay, there's no name. 2615. I knew the name. I saw it just recently, but I don't remember. And then Urth Spiral Grain Sport in Silver Fur. So unlikely combo, I feel like. You know, you might not look at these together in the skein and just immediately think, yes, those would be great for a hat. But look how great they are knit up. The contrast is so beautiful. Look at the top. So you probably want to make this even if you're not doing the knit along. I mean, come on. So anyway, yes, beautiful, beautiful choice there. But I did bring a few more over, of course, to show you in case you want a different inspiration. We've got Duna in 2601. That's this very light silvery gray. And Spiral Grain Sport in Sugar Pine. Gorgeous. Or Duna in 2612. That's this very light kind of lavender heather. And Spiral Grain in Teak. You get really nice contrast on that too. So there's a few options. There's no reason not to hop on board. And don't forget, if you sign up to participate in the knit along, you'll get a coupon to buy those yarns. So bonus. And all of our knit along Zoom meetups will be recorded. So if you can't make the first one, or you can't make any of them, or whatever, we'll be sending out the links to the people who have signed up. So there's no reason not to participate, pretty much. I mean, that's how I see it. We have another great new sweater I want to show you before we talk about red hats and red yarn. And Jill just finished this. She actually test knitted it for the designer, Alicia Plummer, and it's called the 90s sweater. And go read Alicia's description on Ravelry, because it's perfect for right now. It's perfect. This is so soft and squishy because Jill knit this out of our brand new favorite bulky, Geek. Yes, that's right, you heard me, Geek. Daruma Geek. This is what I made my White Mountain sweater out of, and Jill used it for this test knit. It just feels like a cloud. It's so beautiful. 4 stitches to the inch here. This is just like a really classic raglan, uncomplicated roll neck. Check tomorrow's newsletter because I have a picture of Jill wearing it. She looks adorable. It's just such a perfect, comfy, no fuss sweater. Takes you back to a time in the 90s. When we didn't see things on our phone every 2 seconds and whatnot. But okay, anyways, Jill made this in color 10, and I want to show you again, just to revisit Geek a little bit. This is this very, very special yarn that they created because they wanted to make a yarn where as it got worn and loved and maybe worn down, another color came through. So you look at it from this distance and it's kind of like a sage color, and look at it up close and you see all the tone that's actually in the skein. So this is like a kind of like a turquoise and green combo. Turquoise core, green fuzz around. Another great one I brought over to show you is color 7. This just reminds me of like a classic sweatshirt, but with just a little tinge of lavender. So it's a lavender core with like a pale gray fuzz around it. Beautiful. So Geek is still here and still lovely. It seems like there might be a little push happening towards these kind of weight bulky sweaters because last week we talked to you about La Mana Como Grande and how popular that is right now. That yarn would work for this sweater also. So so many yummy options. How to choose. Okay, let's move on to what's on my head. This is taking the knitting world by storm. It is the Melt the Ice hat. You can buy it right now on Ravelry for $5, and that money is going towards a relief fund for families affected by ice in Minnesota. Yeah, good stuff. So the people who have created this hat pattern have already raised over $125,000 selling this pattern. So let's help them raise more, okay? So get the pattern first of all. There's 3 weight options in the pattern: fingering, DK, and worsted. So you might have something in stash, great. If not, I'm gonna show you a whole crap ton of red yarn. And then here's what we're gonna do. We've been fielding orders for red yarn all weekend long, and it's getting kind of tight. And actually ordering more is getting kind of tight too. But we want to basically, let's sell out of all the red yarn. And if we do that, what that means is for every order we get for red yarn, including the stuff that came in over the weekend, we're going to donate a portion of the proceeds to our local rural organizing project, who is helping families who have been affected by ice detentions here in the Columbia River Gorge. So that's what Not Another Hat's going to do, is we are going to donate a portion of the proceeds of all of the red yarn we sell, pretty much until it's gone. I have more on order. I just don't think it's going to get here any faster than like maybe 10 days. Hopefully, because I'm sure every other yarn shop in the country also has that red yarn on order. So Julia wrote up a really great blog post about this hat. The tradition of this hat is also very important. So it's not just a random red hat. And a lot of you, I'm sure, are thinking like, why the heck would we pick red as the sign of our resistance, right? A, we're going to reclaim it, first of all. That's a thing. But B, this is actually a traditional hat worn by Norwegians who wanted to show that they were anti-Nazi. So they were knitting these pointy tassel-topped hats, and that was a sign that you were against the Nazis in Norway back in the 40s. So this was a way to proudly indicate how you felt, to indicate to other people in your community that you might be a safe person to them. It's a way to show support for things that are support for the movements against what's going on right now. So it's got a lot of history to it. So it's not just a capricious choice to choose red. It is because the traditional Norwegian hats were red, and that's why we're doing red. It also, stands out. So let me just show you a few of the red options that we've got here in the store for the different weights. So, and I am part Norwegian. Yes, you are right, Aunt Kim. My Aunt Kim just said, you're part Norwegian. You're right, I am. My grandma's maiden name was Nordquist, so there you go. All right, in the fingering department, granted, a fingering weight hat's gonna take you a little longer, but all of the fingering yarns I'm gonna show you, you could double them and follow the DK pattern. Oh, I should say what I used first. This is Berroco Ultra Wool DK in 8350, which is chili. So this you can get on our website right now for drop ship from Berroco. So this is one of the choices available. We just don't have it in the store, but we can get it drop shipped to you. I just happen to have a skein, very old skein in my stash. Like, I'm not even sure why or how it's been in my stash. It's that old. It was perfect to cast on over the weekend because we still carry it. So we've also got beautiful, beautiful yarn. This is Lavender Sheep, Shaniko Wool, and Cranberry Sauce. And a lot of the pictures, like the original hat, they are a little bit deeper red than what I used. Mine's a little more like tomato red. So this would be really great. So Cranberry Sauce, Amano Duna that we were just talking about. This is color 2613. Fingering. These are all fingering. And then Ravelry. I was about to say the word Ravelry. Malabrigo Ultimate Sock. This is Cereza. This is cherry. It's called Cereza. And if you are looking at Malabrigo yarns in general, Cereza and Ravelry Red, those are both like winners in the red department for Malabrigo yarns. Also, some Comparsítas, they're a deeper, darker red, but it is, I would say, would probably still fit. We don't have Comparsita in stock right now. But so this is the ultimate sock. This is fingering. All right, moving on to DK, we have quite a bit more to choose from. We've got the Feederbrook in Cranberry and Vintage Baby. If you need easy care, this is half acrylic, half wool, washable. Where's the color number? Oh, in Poppy, you'll need 2. La Mana Como Grande in 56, you'll need 2. Yarn Citizen, Harmony DK and Garnet. Oh, this is so pretty. Just need the 1. Malabrigo Silky Merino in Ravelry Red. You'll need 2. Berroco Renew in 1367. You'll want 2. And oh, okay, that's all of my DKs. I'm gonna give you a couple. No, the Cereza. Oh yeah, Cereza in, Cereza in Ultimate Sock. You mean like it's spoken for on orders? Sorry, I'm so sorry, you guys. I started reading a comment from Julia. She says she thinks we're sold out of this, so because we have orders pending. So sorry if this is already gone. I do have more on order. This is one of the things that's on order. Okay, back on track. I'll talk about the modifications I made because I think it is important to make a couple of them if you want it to fit like this. Okay, real quick though, let's talk about the worsted weight options. We've got 3 colors of Berroco Vintage. Cardinal, 5151. 51-181, don't know the name. And Sour Cherry, 51-34. So I'm gonna put them together so you can see they're very close. Sour Cherry is a little brighter. So these 3 colors, this is worsted weight Berroco Vintage. We've got Cranberry Compote in Blue Sky, wool stock. You'll want 2 skeins. There it is, there's the other skein. And we have an order from Blue Sky that's about to arrive. It's gonna have red roof in it. That's a brighter red. So we'll have that like hopefully tomorrow. So those are your worsted weight options. So still plenty to choose from, especially in the DK and the worsted categories, which would allow you to finish it a little faster. And by the way, if you're open to knitting for others, we have a lot of people on the Facebook post we made who are non-knitters who are looking to buy hats or do whatever to get one made for them. So if you're up for that, go check it out, because there's at least 6 people who've asked on that thread. So modifications. So the pattern calls for this to be knit to a certain length. That is if you just want it to be a straight beanie with no fold. So I knit mine for an additional 1.25 inches in the ribbing. That's how I got an extra amount for fold. And then there's a length that's called for in plain stockinette, just a few rows. I did a whole inch. And then I just did the decrease as written. So that's following the DK weight pattern. So just FYI, because I have seen a few people talking about that this comes out a little bit short. And it's just a very snug little short beanie as written. So if you want some more room for the fold, add length to the ribbing. Now just keep in mind the pattern says 200 yards for any of the weights. I've only tested it out in DK. I used more than 200 because I elongated it by a few inches. And I would just remember to expect that you're going to need more yarn if you elongate it as well. I think that's everything. I would love to donate a crap ton of money. So get that red yarn. Plus, get it before it's gone. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to take home some skeins too. I do have some stash at home I could start to scrounge from. Maybe kind of a stripy red. Anyways. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for fighting the good fight. Thank you for supporting this local yarn store who has a very personal, very real, and very horrific history with immigration and border patrol and things like that. So no need to elaborate on that, but just know that this isn't just a cause I'm jumping on. This is extremely near and dear to my heart and my family. And so yeah, let's do it. Let's get ice out. Bye everybody. I love you all.